Hi guys, I'm Elijah,
And I'm Big J,
and together we are here to help your lives.
just like your favorite superheroes.
Just like your favorite superheroes. Now we know
Yeah.
that you might not know a lot about artists and their fan bases. That's why, like I said before, we are here to help your lives.
Absolutely.
So today we'll be talking about the impact that artist fan bases have on their careers.
Wait, this intro and this intro is I'm actually feeling like a superhero at this point. Alright, carry on please.
So let's start with how do you think an artist fan base plays a crucial part in sustaining the artist's career? So we're talking long term now.
So first, it is important to understand that the artist is nothing without the fan base. The fan base can exist, but the artist is nothing. The artist's career is nothing without the fan base. The fan base is the fuel, is the oxygen for every artist's career if they plan to, do music for a long time. So there's so many positives
Right.
that a fan base can bring to an artist's career, to enhance his career, to take his career to, to where it's supposed to be. you know, you can consider one of the benefits, which is stan, the stan culture. When you have a fan base that stan you, they are always speaking for you regardless of what you do. In fact, you hear some people say, regardless of what my faith does, they can never go wrong in my eyes. I'm sure you've heard phrases like that before, So I feel like, when you have a group of people who keep screaming your name, your achievements, whether you're hot or not, I think it is every artist, it should be every artist's desire and dream.
Yeah.
Before I go on with other point, let me hear what you have to say.
I mean, you said it all.
The
You
same
said it
thing.
all. The fan
I didn't
base.
say it all.
The fan base. The fan base is the artist's oxygen. Without them, you cannot survive. So, I think going further to expatiate on that will just be bringing long talk. So I think that's the best way to just cap that there. Without the fan base, there's no artist. It's like without the company, without the customer, there's no company.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's it for that.
And it's also very important to note that fan base is a very crucial part to build for every emerging artist.
Yeah.
A fan base is a crucial part of your career. You need to intentionally build a fan base from the scratch. Okay, so let's look at the case study of Wizkid, Starboy. Um, Back in the day, 2010, 2011, when he was new, when he came into the industry newly with Holla at Your Boy, you would observe that he came with a particular kind of swag.
Yeah.
That a lot of people, young people, as at those times, the millennials could relate with.
Yeah.
And he was consistent in communicating with them.
True.
And at some point they matured into being not just a fan base, it became more like a cult-like following,
Right.
because he continued sustaining the communication and conversation. Even back then, if you were very active on Twitter, you'd notice that Wiz tweeted a lot.
Yeah.
He tried to engage his fan base as much. Even now, some of the fan bases they are more like in silos, different fan bases. Whiskey FC, Nigeria, worldwide. Like that. So I feel like even when you don't do anything and you have a fan base that is that wide and strong, you tend to even stay a whole lot longer.
Yeah.
I mean, the list of examples goes on and on. Look at Michael Jackson, for instance. He's gone for years, but there's still some super fans who would never let that name die.
Right.
Yeah, so it's very important for emerging artists to find, a way to build a fan base early enough so they grow with you in order to sustain, your longevity. And there's so many other benefits. They help you go international.
Yeah.
Take for instance, if I'm like a diehard fan of, okay, I am a fan of KP, if I go, say, if I relocate to like the US now, I am sure to introduce my friends, my new friends,
Facts,
to KP's
facts,
music.
facts, facts.
That's me, putting it out there in a different terrain,
Yep.
and people are gonna hear KP's music for the first time. And if it's good enough, of course, which it is, you know, people will still
Add
keep
more
preaching
people.
the
Yeah,
gospel of
yeah,
KP,
yeah.
so it's very, very important. Artists also, I feel like artists should never ever take their fans for granted.
True.
At every opportunity you get the chance to appreciate your fans, please do. And I think that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so important to also appreciate the fan base because these are the people that end up streaming your music. You see, especially in modern times like this, where you see an artist come on social media and go like, "Oh, I'm releasing a song in
Mm.
a week's time, pre-save here," right?
Mm-hmm.
Less than 3-4 days after that, you are seeing the artist congratulating his team already because they have about 1,000, 2,000 pre-saves already. So you know that social media has power. You know that these people are talking to each other. These people are interacting with each other, even when the artist is not even active.
Mm.
Do you understand? They are really pushing. Even when the artist is not releasing music, they are going back to his old songs. They are sharing the links. They're asking each other, "What's up? Which song is resonating with you today?" Because the way music is today now, I might be feeling a song that an artist dropped 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I might not
Very
even want
true.
to stream the song that I dropped last week.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's what Fanbase does. They bring back some things that even you as the artist, you've forgotten that you recorded them.
Absolutely. I think social media, particularly social media, and the artists using social media to connect with the fan base
Yeah,
is just totally is a blessing.
I'm telling you.
Absolutely, it's a blessing because back in the day, the fans didn't have as much access as they currently have with their favorite stars.
Yeah,
Back in the day, you just get to see your faves on stage. And if you're lucky enough, you get to see them backstage or at events. But now you can know their thoughts, you
yeah,
can see inside of their life,
yeah,
with the help of pictures and videos they post on Instagram,
yeah,
Twitter, and the likes. So social media has, I would say, has been able to bridge the gap
yeah.
between the fans and the artist. So now a fan doesn't just know things on the surface level. Most times, for most artists, for some artists rather,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know things on the surface level. They kind of feel like they know their faves because take for instance an artist like David. He does a lot of lifestyle content, where
Yeah,
he's at, where he's
yeah,
going to.
yeah,
So they feel like they know him. You
yeah.
get, like, if you ask a typical Davido fan, oh, where's Davido now? And he probably has a clue
True,
of where he is
true.
right now, but it wasn't that way before social media became as popular as it is right now.
Right.
So I
Let me,
think,
let me start to
yeah.
cut you off. But don't you feel that that is like breathing like a disadvantage at the same time? Because obviously, whoever has an advantage will obviously have its demerits. Because now they feel like they know their lives,
Yeah.
but there's no how you can actually know someone's life off social media,
Mm-hmm.
no matter if I mean how many times I post. Because obviously, I have to post to keep up appearances.
Mm.
Do you get?
Mm.
So a Davido, a Wizkid now, and I think this is something that's what. Let's even shift from the music fan base. Let's go to reality TV show. Let's go to say just concluded Big Brother now.
Mm.
It's easy to think that you know these people and you know what they like, you know what they don't like. So when someone say comments something on a fave of yours,
Mm.
it's easy for you to feel entitled to know that, oh, my fave is not going to like this.
I
So
have
you
an
attack,
opinion.
I have an
Mm.
opinion, so you attack that person. And
Mm-hmm.
that breeds for it's a very gray area on social media because it's
Mm.
one step away from bullying.
Mm.
Because if you are just saying
Sometimes
something,
it's bullying
sometimes it's
too.
bullying. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
You get me? So if you are just saying something off the top of your head, off your
Mm.
mind, maybe you are just even catching cruise on your own, and you
Mm-hmm.
just say something, and you're having about 2,000, 3,000 people come at you, and
Mm.
you're just like, bro, what do I do?
So I mean, I guess now we're talking about the disadvantage
Yeah.
of having, what is obviously a blessing, which is fan base.
Which is fan base, exactly.
Yeah. So now the thing is, it is not all bed of roses being a celebrity.
True.
You being a celebrity is you signing off your privacy for life.
Damn.
You can't be like the normal guy on the street. So
Damn.
having a fan base means that your business is hundreds and thousands or possibly millions of people's business.
Damn.
You can't run away from them. You can't. They need. They want to see you. They can't even see you on the road and let you be.
Wahala.
Even when you want to be left alone, they can't. It's just what it is. So sometimes, considering that these superstars, these artists are humans too, sometimes they're not in the mood to want to even have a conversation.
Yeah.
So once you have fans all over, just it's a signing off of your privacy. Then secondly, they can cause very unhealthy rivalry
You get that's
from
another
one
thing.
fan base to another.
That's another thing.
So I'm standing my own fave, and I'm telling you that your fave is not compared to mine, and it gets into some banter that probably transcends into something
You get.
beyond
Meanwhile, the two
control.
thieves are in one apartment playing.
That's it.
They're
So,
just chilling,
and sometimes some issues that happen between two artists usually start from the fan base, from the banter, from Twitter banter. Before you know, the fave is beginning to think, oh, what my fan is saying about this person, I think is a bit true, and they start kind of, sowing, seeds of resentment and, grudge. I mean, we've seen that happen in the industry, a couple of times, So, well, I feel like it's just a necessary evil. You need the fan base, but I feel like ultimately every artist out there should be able to regulate and caution. Caution is very important. You shouldn't let your fans run wild. At least once in a while, you should. If you know that you're doing something that is, off the path of your career, you should address them. There's social media.
Right.
It's easy to, talk to them. So they don't end up ruining something beautiful you're creating. Yeah.
Right. Talking
That's my
about
solution.
ruining things that are beautiful, I'll have to ruin and interrupt this fun session that we're having, because we've come to the end of today's session, today's episode. It's been nice, my guy.
Yeah, my bro.
See, it's when the men them link up. It's always lit. It's always lit. Good night, guys. Have a nice. Remember to like, subscribe, calm down, tell them
Absolutely.
to
Like, subscribe, and comment.
Comment.
Yes, and share.
Share. Thank you.
Thank you.